Hawaii, the Garden of the Pacific. The Hawaiian archipelago has a particularly interesting plant life. The flora grows particularly fast, and the climate is extremely favorable for growing sugarcane, which was one of the island's main exports. Sandwich Islands. As the location of Hawaii is between Asia and America, for a long time Hawaii was a dream for the sailors and explorers. In the year 1786, the French admiral Jean-François de Galaup Comte de Leproy moors on the archipelago. In 1778, James Cook was the first European to discover the Hawaiian archipelago and named them the Sandwich Islands. Cook immediately seized the opportunity to develop trade and shipbuilding. When they were first discovered, Hawaii was just a collective of independent nations. However, by 1811, they were unified by King Kamehameha I. 9 years later, the first Catholic missionaries came along, and with them they brought European technology, which was used to boost the local economy and culture. Following this, however, the white colonizers hired laborers from China to work on pineapple and sugarcane plantation. During the Spanish-American War in 1898, the US annexed the Kingdom of Hawaii as a strategic location. In 1959, Hawaii officially became the 50th state. Hawaii means homeland in the local Polynesian language. However, at this time, only around 20% of the island's population is native Polynesian. Some hot tourist spots on Hawaii are the many volcanoes and beaches, the state capital, the Royal Mausoleum, Mauna Ala, and the USS Arizona Pearl Harbor Memorial. The climate of Hawaii is damp. In the south it is more tropical, and in the north it's more temperate. The wind can be very prevalent, particularly at night. The average temperature in January is between 17 and 26 degrees Celsius, and in August it's between 20 and 28 degrees Celsius. Some interesting facts about Hawaii are: the official state nickname of Hawaii is the Aloha State, which means love, fellowship, and welcome. Pearl Harbor, a US Navy base near Honolulu, was attacked by Japan on December 7, 1941. As a result of this, the US joins World War II. In Hawaii, the word Honolulu means calm harbor. From a geographical point of view, Hawaii is considered to be part of the Polynesian Islands, which are east of Australia, New Zealand, and New Guinea, but are west of the American continents. The political map of Hawaii. The islands that make up the Hawaiian archipelago have formed in multiple different ways. 8 of them formed as a result of underwater volcanoes, and around 124 formed from reefs. Hawaii is part of the United States and is one of the most attractive places on Earth despite the volcanoes not being fully dormant. The Pearls of the Pacific. Hawaii is at the forefront of the US in the Pacific. Tourists all over the world flock to these unearthly beautiful beaches despite the presence of the unnerving dormant volcanoes. Hawaii is the 50th US state and is found between the 18th and 20th parallel, roughly 4,000 kilometers away from San Francisco. The archipelago consists of 8 main islands: Hawaii, Maui, Lanai, Kaholoe, Oahu, Molokai, Niihau, and Kauai, and around 120 islands that have formed from coral reefs. The large islands formed as a result of volcanic activity. Until the skyscrapers and hotel chains were built, Hawaii looked like all the other Polynesian islands with its natural beauty and beaches. However, now Waikiki Beach beats all the records for the amount of hotels that have been built on it. The economy consists of 3 main sectors: agriculture, tourism, and military base. Hawaii is one of the largest exporters of pineapples in the world and used to be the largest source of sugar for the US. Thanks to the long beaches and tall waves, the archipelago is a true paradise for surfers. From a military standpoint, Hawaii is the military base that is closest from North America to Asia from the west. The money that is spent by the US Navy on some islands that tourists are banned from visiting is also an important source of income. The statistics of Hawaii. The area of the islands is around 28,311 kilometers squared. The population of Hawaii in 2019 was 1.416 million, and in 2006 it was 1.269 million. The population density in 2010 was 83 people per kilometer squared, and in 2006 it was 66 people per kilometer squared. The highest point on the islands is Mauna Kea at 4,205 meters tall. In a nutshell, the state capital is Honolulu on Oahu. The official language is English. The currency is the US dollar. The official religion is Christianity. And the most important cities are Hilo and Kaunakakai.